So here we have a 2024 Toyota RAV4. This one comes in the XLE trim level, blueprint paint, and then we have the nutmeg Softex interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. That gives us 203 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque. And this one is a used model, so it has just a little over 15,000 miles. But to the front end here, same great styling that we saw in the refresh a few years ago. LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. And I love how they've done these. Another cool thing about this one being an XLE, especially an XLE Premium, is you're gonna get these nice 19-inch alloy wheels. Look fantastic, especially on this blueprint here. Passive keyless entry on the front. Over here we have our power door locks, rear window lock, power mirror controls, one-touch automatic up and down windows on all 4 doors. Door panel there. Now we do have a power lift gate, auto high beams, that's the hood release, gas cap release there. Nice manual tilt, telescoping steering wheel. And then I also just like how you have this pocket in here if you want to put change or your ID or something like that. But here's a power driver's seat, 2-way power lumbar support. Love the look of the seats here. But I want to give a big thank you to John Roberts Toyota for allowing me to review this RAV4 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to find the best price on a RAV4 in your area, just click on that other link down below. It takes a minute to fill out the information, and then I'll get the dealers in your area fighting to get you that best price on one of these. But let's check out this space back here. So decent leg room back here. Headroom is fantastic because even with the sunroof, the roof kind of cuts back up in the back here, so your rear passengers have more headspace. So very good space back here, especially for this size SUV. Rear AC vents, 2 USB-C charge ports. There's a look at the front from back here. And then we do have a seat back pocket on the front passenger seat there. Fold that middle seat down, bottle holders. We do get the LED light in the back here, grab handle, and you can hang a couple metal hangers, possibly even a couple plastic hangers on that hook there if you want to hang your uniform or dress shirt, something like that. Gas cap there. As we come around to the back end there, nice look, dual exhaust there. And then we do have again, a power lift gate. So there's that. We can come back here, lift this up, and there's your spare tire. Cargo shade cover, just pull that back. Make sure you line it up right. And it's that simple to retract it. I like that we have the side storage pocket over there, 12 volt here. And then we can come around the rear passenger side, fold this seat flat. All you have to do is pull up here, fold that down there, lock it back into place. And what I like is you get a little bit of room to recline the seat, so I can just do that. And that's pretty much all the way back, and that's with it front. So you get about an inch or two to recline, but it is helpful. And then to our front passenger seat, that is manual, 4-way. Love having this here for your front passenger. Then you have a lockable glove compartment, and this one still has the owner's manuals and such in here. Now as we come back around to the front, just gonna pop the hood. And again, 203 horsepower, 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat and see what we have there. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. Like the feel, like the design. Horn sound, not my favorite, but probably doesn't matter for most people in this segment. Now to the screen here, we do have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility, the navigation subscriptions available, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all of that, AM, FM, XM radio. You have your Bluetooth capability, and then your settings are in here. You can manage your devices. And then we also can go in here and change our units of measurement or our language if we so choose. And there are your options for that there. And then your trip information, all that you can kind of set up to see fuel range, fuel economy, all of that. Backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Picture's pretty good. You can turn those guidelines on or off. You have a few different settings for that as well. Hazards are here, volume knob there. And down here we do get dual zone automatic climate control, so we can adjust temperature on either side using the knob. We can sync and unsync there, set our auto mode on, and turn that off by adjusting the fan speed. And then we do have an eco heat cool mode, which is nice. And then we can adjust the fan direction there and even turn off the rear vents to get more air up here, or to just keep your rear passengers more comfortable if they don't want that air. Interesting place to put the traction control here. We can turn that on or off, and then we do have an auto stop toggle. So we do get auto stop in this model. We can turn it on or off there. 12 volt there, USB-A port there. We get an electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. Automatic brake hold is there. Eco, normal, and sport drive mode right there. And then just put in the gear by pulling up, reverse, neutral drive. And then you can manually shift, if you so choose, the 8-speed, which is always fun. Bottle holders there in the middle. And then 2 USB-C ports for charging here. Sunglasses holders. The lights, and then we do have a power moon roof, so you can either put that up or down or open and close. So I always like to just show how it slides. So you can one touch hold that for a little bit, and then it'll go all the way back with a second push, and then you can one touch close it back. There's look the back seat from up here. Pull that back, and then vanity mirror there. I like that we get the LED light. And then to the steering wheel, stalks behind, blinkers, low beams, daytime running lights off, auto modes right there, and you can toggle your fog lights there when the lights are on. And then we do have our intermittent wipers. So one time off, intermittent low high. We can adjust that intermittent frequency here, and then our rear wiper off, intermittent on there. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front wiper fluid. And then over here, we have these 4 arrows which go through our gauge cluster and all of our settings here. So we can go through all of that. The lane tracing assist, we can fool with that. You wanna hold the OK button, turn that on. Some people don't like that, obviously, that's why it's off in this one, but a lot of settings you can go through here. And then volume controls, voice recognition, Bluetooth button. And then we can go through our audio sources by hitting this mode button, go through the track list or radio station presets using these buttons. And then we do have that radar cruise, so we can hold the button to turn the standard cruise on. And then we can just push the button to turn it on or off, adjust the speed. Again, you can turn that lane centering or whatever you have it set to on or off. And there's the gap adjust for the cruise there. Now this right in here, still old school, so you can hit this, go between your trip meters or the odometer. And then your push button starts back in here. Here's your key fob. Now this one in particular does have remote start. So you just 1, 2, hold the lock button on that 3rd time. And then I think the hazards will flash like 4 or 5 times, and then it'll remote start. And then as soon as you get in the vehicle, it'll cut off. So it's just kind of to heat it up if you're gonna be in the house for a minute, it's gonna be cold or hot or whatever. It gets you going there. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2024 Toyota RAV4 XLE Premium out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 24 RAV4, I had one of these a while back. It was a 2018 limited, and it was okay, but I just never really liked how it drove. Now, I think that one had a 6-speed automatic, if I remember correctly. The 8-speed helps a little bit, especially with your fuel economy. But these aren't necessarily meant to be, like, these aren't fast. You know, you have 203 horsepower in a relatively heavy SUV. You don't have a turbocharger. Your torque's pretty much, 184. But people just love these. If you're, I don't want to say it's mostly women, but I know a lot of women that love the RAV4s just because they don't tend to like to drive as fast. They don't appreciate performance as a whole more than men do. You know, we like this Corvette in front of me. But you put this thing in sport mode, it'll get up. Again, it's still not fast, but here in eco mode, it's not necessarily quick. Now, one thing I can say about these, and one of the reasons that this is one of the best-selling SUVs of all time, is they're very easy to drive. You sit up higher, but your visibility is still very good. Your fuel economy is relatively good for an SUV. And you have something that drives more like a car than a Tahoe or a Sequoia or something like that. Even a Highlander, this drives more like a Camry to me. And that's what a lot of people like about these. And the RAV4 has just always been ahead of its time, I feel, since they first came out, because you look at 2024, you see pretty much, other than the Camrys, the Accords, and things of that nature, there are very few 4-door passenger cars that are left in manufacturer lineups. And that's because people want something that gets the fuel economy of a car, drives like a car, but they want the space of an SUV. That's why the Chevy Trailblazers, the Chevy Trax, the Nissan Rogues, those are doing so well. And then even the Nissan Kicks. But like the Prius, I feel like the RAV4 has just always been that SUV that kind of started it all. But overall, sound acoustics in here are pretty good. Ride quality is decent. Again, it's not quick, but when you need it to be a bit more powerful, you're able to do that by putting in the sport mode, which I'll show you here momentarily. But I just always love having the lane centering or the lane tracing assist in these, just because, especially on the interstate, it's just so nice to be able to just, you know, relax more. Not necessarily have to just have your hands at 10 and 2 the entire time. So the eco mode in this thing has been pretty good, keeping the revs of the engine down low, maximizing that fuel economy. But we're gonna put it into sport and we're gonna see what it can do getting on the interstate here. So got up pretty high in the RPMs there, but more impressive than I was expecting. And like I said earlier, another cool thing is just being able to manually shift in this thing if you do want to drive it a certain type of way. And the shifts are pretty quick, up and down. I'm gonna put it back into eco mode now. I'm gonna turn on the safety suite. So we have the lane centering, adaptive cruise. So pretty impressed just overall with what you get here. A relatively fuel efficient powertrain. Of course, Toyota's safety sense is phenomenal. And just with this XLE Premium, I feel like you get a lot, but not necessarily, you're not necessarily paying for everything, if that makes sense. But I want to give one more thank you to John Roberts Toyota for allowing me to review this RAV4 today. And then again, if you're looking to get the best price on one of these in your area, just click on that link down below and I'll get the local dealers fighting to get you the best price on one of these. And another good thing that you see, prices are coming down on new and used vehicles, so these are a lot more affordable than they used to be when the used car prices were going crazy, the new car prices were going crazy. But yeah, this gets it done. And again, that's one of the reasons this is one of the best selling SUVs year after year. It's because a RAV4 just gets everything done very well. I wouldn't say it's the best at any one thing, but it's number 2 and number 3 with pretty much everything. Maybe number 1 with resale value, but with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Toyota RAV4 XLE Premium.